Today we're here with Tom Phillips with Citrus Connection, and we're in his newer building. I can't wait to show you. It's super exciting. It's a great workspace. But we're here today to talk about the COLTS program, which provides transportation to our students, mostly after school or weekends or through the summer. But Tom, thank you for having me.
Thank you for letting me talk.
And can you tell us a little bit about the COLTS program?
Sure. So the COLTS program is very unique. Not many school boards and public transportation have federally approved contracts, but we do. And what the COLTS program does is that 25,000 high school students in Polk County can ride the Citrus Connection, any of our buses, for free simply by showing their student ID. And so the majority of the students obviously use the yellow school bus to get to and from school, but if there's after school activities, if there's tutoring, if they're in athletics, if they've got a job, how do you get home from Winter Haven High School if mom and dad have the cars at work and you want to participate in student government? The COLTS program is a way that they do that. And it's actually Winter Haven High School is our most popular high school. So they go out, they show their badge, they can get a ride maybe to mom or dad's or an aunt's or uncle's, or if they're lucky, they can get a ride all the way home. It's also good over the summer. So internships, jobs, seeing friends. There's only so much Xbox and PlayStation you can play, so it's a great way to get to Boys and Girls Club, Girls Inc., YMCA, anything that just hang out downtown. There's no reason you have to spend the summer in your house. So it's a really great program. All of our buses have bike racks on the front, so people can ride their bikes and then put their bikes on them, and all of our vehicles are also ADA accessible. It's also extremely economical. It doesn't cost any yellow school bus drivers their jobs. No one was laid off, or this isn't an expensive program for the school board, so it's a really great addition and works well and gives students options.
I think it's important when you talk about giving students options. That was one barrier, and it still is a barrier in some parts of the county, transportation. For kids who need tutoring, kids who want to do extracurricular activities. This is giving them that option, another option to be able to access those things. I love that you pointed out it can be used for employment, or it can be used just for fun, to go shopping, to meet up with your friends. Talk a little bit about how they find out about the routes, where to go to find a route.
Sure. So you can go to the school board website. You can go to our website, which is ridecitrus.com. But honestly, for the people that are watching, everybody's really familiar with Google. If you go to Google and use the Maps feature, there's a transit option. So if you say, how do I get from my house to the skate park, for example, it's going to show you can walk, you can take a car, but there's also a little button of a bus, and you just click on that. It's called Transit, and it will show you our system. So Google's probably the easiest way because it's what people are most familiar with. If you want to do a deep dive into the background checks of our drivers, how we're funded, those types of things, you can go to ridecitrus.com. If you want a really basic overview, you can go to the school board website, but really Google's the easiest thing to use.
And people that come from big cities that use this all the time, they're very familiar with it.
Absolutely.
I think we're just trying to make sure the message is known that we do have transportation available, and we're growing that. We hope to grow it for more students. I love they can just show their ID, so there's no pre-registration.
No pre-registration. It is literally just show your ID, and you can ride for free. And that's 12 months out of the year, so it's very easy to do.
I love that. I think we're going to do one day I'm going to ride with you, and we'll do some footage on a bus.
You absolutely should.
Because I think it's amazing. And I've watched this COLTS program grow. I've watched Citrus Connection grow in the years that you've been here, and we really appreciate your work and the fact that you're so collaborative with our schools and with our cities.
Absolutely. And Polk State College Collegiate, and for the 20,000 students, faculty, and staff of Polk State College, if you go from high school to Polk State, they also have a contract with us. So Polk State College students can ride for free. If you get a job at Legoland, you can also ride for free. So there's lots of options. And for a lot of people, the yellow school bus is still most convenient, or they have a car if they're a junior or a senior, or mom and dad let them use the car. This is just another option. It's options for people to create mobility. So you may only be able to take summer jobs in certain areas because you don't have a car. Remember the Citrus Connection. If there's an internship, how the heck am I going to get from Lakeland to Winter Haven, or from Auburndale to Fort Meade? We have transit lines for that, so it can be done. So it just provides options for people, and that's what we want to do.
And I want you to talk a little bit about, we talk about employment, that most of even our citizens, our adults that are riding, Our Citrus Connection, our buses are used to get people back and forth
Yes,
to work.
so 70% of the people who ride the Citrus Connection are using it for employment, to get to and from work. 60% of our riders on the Citrus Connection don't have access to a personal use vehicle. So the majority, again, 7 out of every 10 people that are riding the bus, first off, they're citizens of Polk County, and they're using it to get to and from work. So it's their primary conveyance to be able to take care of their families. All of our drivers are level 2 FBI background checked. We have 7 cameras on the vehicles. They were on the vehicles, and we record what happens off the vehicles. It's audio and it's visual. So statistically speaking, not only are you much safer on a bus than a car, but we capture everything that happens on the inside of the outside of the buses. So they are extremely safe places to be.
I love that you explained that, because growing up in Polk County, that wasn't something that we had available to us, and it's relatively new thought process for people to put their teenagers on a bus or their grandparents.
Yeah, so it's funny because Citrus Connection's been around since 1982. Since 1982, children over the age of 8 are already riding without an accompanying parent. They've been doing it since 1982. It's just not something that we think of as comfortable. But you go to large cities, and of course, students are using transit. So our drivers are very friendly. And again, it's just we want to provide options for people. You look at the facilities that we have, whether it's Bonnet Springs or the splash pad in Haines City, the fantastic parks that we have throughout Polk County. You know, most of those are accessible by public transportation. So it's a great opportunity to, again, not necessarily have to play video games and get out and meet your friends. Go to First Fridays, go to food truck rallies. The things that you're maybe not thinking you can go to as a high school student because you don't have a ride to and from it, chances are we already run there, so you do have a ride.
I think that's amazing, especially you mentioned Bonnet Springs. What a great place to be able to connect to.
Yes, yeah, so we did special events like Light Up Bonnet Springs and other events that they have. We do food truck rallies, we do First Fridays, we do festivals.
And that can all be found, like those events, on your website.
Those events can be found on the website. Yeah, that would be the best place to look for that. So if you're looking for quickly, how do I get to point A to point B, go to Google.
Okay.
If you want to find out special events, hours of operation, those types of things, ridecitrus.com.
Okay, well, one more thing, because you're wearing the shirt for the Squeeze. Tell us about the Squeeze.
Sure, so the Squeeze is a public transit golf cart system. It runs in Lakeland, Lake Wales, and Bartow. All 3 have lunch service. It's fun little 8-person golf carts. You can hop on, hop off. You can get to lunch. And then in Lakeland, we run all the way from Florida Southern College, past Lake Morton, past the Joinery, through downtown Lakeland, and then out to the RP Funding Center hotels. And we do that on Friday and Saturday nights. And if this airs after the 22nd of this month, which is August, that will start running until 2 a.m. So
I love that.
Squeeze.
So we're connecting Florida Southern College students to downtown who may not have access to transportation.
Correct.
Okay, what a great system
it's fun.
we have here.
Yeah, it's going to be neat.
That's going to be awesome. Okay, Tom, I'm going to take some great footage of this office, and we're going to be on a bus one day because I want to have that first-person experience on one of the buses. I will list the schools and the website, and if anybody has any questions, they can reach out. But I just want to thank you and your team, which is a wonderful group, for their collaboration and their love for kids and getting our students to opportunities, and that's all about economic development.
Well, we love serving the community, and we appreciate what the school board does. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. We did it.